The Texas Sportsman is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Hey folks, welcome to the Texas Sportsman. I'm your host, Fred Rodriguez. On today's show, we got a great show coming up. We have pro staff member Gus Escobar, and we have his special son right here, and one of my buddies right here, Mr. Gilly Escobar. And your little boy here, is he gonna shoot something or is it gonna be you, Papa?
Next time.
Next time?
Yeah.
All right, man. Gus, you all excited?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got my son and my grandson here, just here at the gate, ready to go inside and look at some big deer here with Paul Johnson, Los Encinos Ranch.
Yeah, these are Paul Johnson whitetails. So coming up on the Texas Sportsman, it's going to be a great show on whitetail hunting in South Texas.
This segment is brought to you by Siempre Natural. Gotta have it.
The Josh Abbott Band in concert, September 16th, a Texas country band at the Bogus Ford Event Center in Farr. The Josh Abbott Band. Don't miss it.
Clearance savings are here. It's the national clearance event at Toyota of Farr. Now drive a new Corolla, just $138 a month. A new Camry or RAV4, only $177 a month. It only happens once a year at Toyota of Farr.
Being in a cooperative means having someone at your side, sharing the struggle and the rewards. As the most experienced agricultural lender in Texas, Capital Farm Credit returns most of our profits back to our borrowers. More than $500 million over the last 10 years. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or rural landowner, we're all in this together. And together, we're better.
I'm your worst nightmare, Shampoozy! Oh, nightmares, the economy, number 12! 12 what? Up to 12 months to pay, no credit check. Up to 12 months to pay, no credit check. That's what I'm talking about. Take that to the bank, Shampoozy! Shampoozy.com Shampoozy.com
Palm Street Pier Bar and Grill, your new favorite bar and grill on South Padre Island. With a great atmosphere and great views, Palm Street Pier is known for the best drinks on the island. Palm Street Pier is the only place on the island you can come by land or by water. With live music several nights a week, enjoy our mouth-watering food, then try to catch a fish from our dock, or bring in your catch and we'll cook it for you. Palm Street Pier is family-friendly, and we even love pets. Palm Street Pier Bar and Grill, South Padre Island. Turn on Palm Street and head toward the bay. You can't miss us.
Unsafe drivers don't discriminate. Car wrecks happen. Innocent people get hurt.
He came out of nowhere.
I was hit from behind.
His brakes failed.
I blacked out.
My car was totaled.
I was hurt.
I needed help now.
I called Ocides.
I called Ocides.
I called Ocides.
I'm attorney Ocides Gonzalez. I've got hundreds of families in the valley. I've earned their trust and respect. Allow me to earn yours. After a car wreck, call Ocides.
Call now. 583-4404.
The Josh Abbott Band in concert, September 16th, a Texas country band at the Bogus Ford Event Center in Farr. The Josh Abbott Band. Don't miss it.
Hey, welcome back to the Texas Sportsman. Every time you're going to go hunting, most of the lodges, and especially this lodge right here, okay, I know most of them do this, is make sure the shooter is ready and he's accurate. So, Brett, what is it the target going to be? How far is it?
It's 100 yards. Most of our shots here at the ranch are anywhere from 75 to 100 yards on the animals. We really don't like to stretch it out much further than that, just because of different things that come into play. You know, shot placement, people not being too familiar with where the vitals are on an animal, or just shooting in general. They get nervous.
You're not nervous, are you?
No, not at all.
You ready? You're excited?
Yeah.
All right, Gus, you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited for my son here to shoot his first nice buck here on the ranch, and I want to thank, of course, Los Encinos Ranch for having us over for this great weekend with my son and my grandson and the Texas Sportsman.
All right, great. And he's using your rifle?
Yeah,
what is it?
He's using a Sendero, Remington Sendero, and the 7mm Ultra Mag. That's what we're using, and we're using 160 grain nodular partition is what we're using on these bullets that we're shooting today.
All right, well, let's get it started. Let's see what happens.
Red dot, it's going to be the one on the white target on the left, Dad. Okay.
Bullseye.
Good shot.
Good hit.
Well, hey Gil, how does it feel? You just took your first shot on a real nice whitetail here at Los Encinos.
Great.
So we shot a deer about 15-20 minutes ago, and we're gonna go see if we can find the blood trail. And it was a pretty good hit. Should be down. But like I said earlier, we like to give them a little bit before we go look. So that's what we're gonna do right now. You hit it, and we're seeing dig marks, and we saw the animal the way he was hit, but we're not finding any blood or any real cut hair. I think what we need to do is just kind of follow the tracks as best we can.
All right.
And just see if we can pick it up. Right over there. Oh, there you go. Make sure he's dead.
What do you think, Gil?
Nice.
Beautiful animal.
Yeah.
Well, Brett, what can you say about this hunt now?
It was a good hunt. I was a little worried because we're gonna have a full moon tonight, but you know, we got it done. Wasn't much activity, but there's a lot of acorns out here for these deer to eat, even though we're in South Texas. Beautiful animal, Gil.
Nice, thanks.
Nice.
Good one. Whose heart was beating faster?
Mine.
That's the one I was talking about. It's a nice one. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Wow, look at the shot right in the shoulder. Perfect.
Good.
It ran. You know, we were kind of getting a little bit worried there. It's kind of tough when you got a 6-year-old that's got ants in his pants, you know, but he finally understood that it was getting close to time the deer to start moving, and they just started coming out, you know, does, and then we saw a couple of smaller bucks that came out earlier, and
younger deer,
yeah, exactly. And then Brett finally said, you know what, you know, let's see what happens here, you know. And just sure enough, you know, he just came out from the backside over here, Paul, and you know, he just showed up and kind of saw if those deers were he was interested in those does for a little while, and then he just said, well, they're not interested, so he went to the protein feeder, and then that's when Brett said, that's the one you want to take, Gilbert, right there. And he laid a perfect shot on him, son. I'm proud of you.
Good job.
You did a great job
nice
on
deer.
it. Yeah.
That's a mature deer, a big body.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was exciting. We were sitting in the other blind, and we heard a shot, and you know, Daniel says, well, gee, wow, was Gilly, I think he missed. And I go, no, it was a short shot, I bet you. You know, and it just, that's what you heard.
Yeah. We got some good footage of him, you know, where the deer actually almost stood up on his back hind legs, you know, and you know, kind of made a turn, and we knew he was hit, you know.
It was about 100 yards.
Okay.
But it was away from where y'all were, so y'all wouldn't have heard the report you'd normally hear.
Right, exactly. We didn't hear the. But hey, that's great, man. That's great. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We got more on the program coming up on the Texas Sportsman Tracking Outdoors. Paul Johnson Whitetails. We'll be right back right after this.
This segment is brought to you by Siempre Natural. Gotta have it.
Clearance savings are here. It's the national clearance event at Toyota Afar. Drive in your Tundra, $375 a month, and get no cost Toyota care maintenance. It only happens once a year at Toyota Afar. Son buena gente.
Book your stay at Wind and Water Hotel. We are located on the north part of South Padre Island on the bayside. Clean, affordable, and spacious rooms. Great for the whole family. Wind Water Hotel offers up single rooms with king beds or 2 queens, and we even have large 2 or 3 bedroom condos. Come stay with us and enjoy South Padre Island for your next family fun and adventure. Wind and Water Hotel. Gotta have it.
I'm your worst nightmare, Shampoozy! Oh, nightmares, the economy, number 12! 12 what? Up to 12 months to pay, no credit check. Up to 12 months to pay, no credit check. That's what I'm talking about. Take that to the bank, Shampoozy! Shampoozy.com. Shampoozy.com.
For authentic Mexican-style seafood, La Pesca Seafood Restaurant in Edinburgh is the Valley's #1 choice. Come into a soothing atmosphere and try our specialties such as fish Veracruz and shrimp ranchero. Experience flavorful meals that can be found only at La Pesca Seafood Restaurant, like a shrimp molcajete or caldo pesca. At La Pesca Seafood Restaurant, we take pride in everything from scratch, using only the best ingredients in cooking in small batches, so your food is always fresh and flavorful.
The Josh Abbott Band in Concert, September 16th, a Texas country band at the Bogus Ford Event Center in Farr. The Josh Abbott Band. Don't miss it.
Are you shopping around? Extreme Cycles has what you're looking for. ATVs for the little ones and also for you big kids. Come to Extreme Cycles in Peñitas, where they offer a variety of sports recreational vehicles and also great financing with 0 down for only $179 a month, this one for $239 a month, and this UTV for $115 a month. Extreme Cycles in Peñitas.
Welcome back to the Texas Sportsman. I'm Gus Escobar, pro staff member for the Texas Sportsman, and we're here at Los Encinos Ranch with Mr. Paul Johnson. I've got my grandson, Junior, and my son, Gilbert Escobar, here with us. We've been planning this trip for quite a long time. I've been wanting to come out here for a lot longer, and due to circumstances, you know, we hadn't been able to make the trip. But my son was able to get a real good deer. Gil, you want to tell them a little bit about that deer you shot yesterday afternoon?
It was a little bit nerve-wracking for me, but it was supposed to be one long breath. I took about 4 long breaths, and then I shot it where I aimed, so it was a good kill.
Great.
Yeah.
So were you a little bit nervous when that shot or not?
Yeah, I took 4 long breaths.
And you used your dad's rifle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we shot him with a Remington Sendero 7 Ultra Mag, and you know, he was broadside and got a good shoulder hit on him. There was no blood at all. We actually tracked him with the guide Brett, and we tracked the deer just basically on the sand, some of his hoof prints, and we were able to eventually see him. He was probably 30 yards from where we shot him, but no blood at all on that deer. But it was a beautiful deer, 9-pointer, my son's first deer, so he's excited about that. My grandson got to be there too with us, and you enjoy that, Junior, being there with your dad?
Yes.
You did? All right, good job. So father, son, and grandson, 3 generations here. As you all know, for those of you that do know us, my son back in March of 2013 was involved in an automobile accident on his way to work there on 755 north of Rio Grande City in Brooks County, and he broke his C1 on his neck and fractured his skull, and there was a moment there that the doctors thought he was going to be paralyzed and he wasn't going to walk. And now, well, as you can see, we thank God for everything. We're able to do this hunt, and you know, God is good, ain't he, son?
Yeah.
So once again, we'd like to thank Los Encinos for inviting us over. We had a great time, and the Texas Sportsman, Fred Rodriguez, and everybody else.
Hey folks, we're in the blind, we're scouting, we're checking out things here at Los Encinos Ranch. When we got here to the blind this morning, it was 32 degrees in the Polaris, and it was cold. Over here at Paul Johnson's ranch, besides the whitetail that he has, which is just tremendous South Texas whitetails that this gentleman here has taken his time and effort and money to have a first-class operation out here. And to be out here scouting, looking for some more whitetail, it's just phenomenal. This is what me and my buddy Gus Escobar do on the Texas Sportsman Outfitters, and to come over here, film a show with his son Gilbert, and for him just to get this beautiful buck. There's so many different things that you can do out here at this ranch as far as hunting goes. Different species, probably like 5 or 6 species. The accommodations, first class accommodations. The staff welcomes you when you get here, and you know, it's beautiful just to be around the campfire at night and barbecue and just sit back and have a great time. Now, one of the things I want you to know, besides this ranch that Mr. Johnson has, is that the business that he has, he's also a deer breeder here in Texas, the state of Texas. So if you have a ranch of, say, 400, 500, 800, 1,000 acres, whatever it may be, and you want to get some of his genetics into your ranch, you can do that. That's coming up on the Texas Sportsman. When we come back, we'll be talking to Mr. Paul Johnson. Stay with us on the Texas Sportsman. Trekking outdoors. Gotta have it.
This segment is brought to you by Siempre Natural. Gotta have it.
Book your stay at Wind and Water Hotel. We are located on the north part of South Padre Island on the bayside. Clean, affordable, and spacious rooms. Great for the whole family. Wind Water Hotel offers up single rooms with king beds or 2 queens, and we even have large 2 or 3 bedroom condos. Come stay with us and enjoy South Padre Island for your next family fun and adventure. Wind and Water Hotel. Gotta have it.
Being in a cooperative means having someone at your side, sharing the struggle and the rewards. As the most experienced agricultural lender in Texas, Capital Farm Credit returns most of our profits back to our borrowers. More than $500 million over the last 10 years. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or rural landowner, we're all in this together. And together, we're better.
Clearance savings are here. It's the national clearance event at Toyota Afar. Drive in your Tundra, $375 a month, and get no-cost Toyota Care maintenance. It only happens once a year at Toyota Afar. Son buena gente.
Unsafe drivers don't discriminate. Car wrecks happen. Innocent people get hurt.
He came out of nowhere.
I was hit from behind.
His brakes failed.
I blacked out.
My car was totaled.
I was hurt.
I needed help now.
I called those cities.
I called Osiris.
I called those cities.
I'm attorney Osiris Gonzalez. I've got hundreds of families in the valley. I've earned their trust and respect. Allow me to earn yours. After a car wreck, call Osiris.
Call now, 583-4404.
It's time to book your white-winged dove hunt. Call Fred Rodriguez, the Texas Sportsman, at 956-776-4623. or call Arnold LeCount at 956-867-7772. Call now. Book your white-winged dove hunt today with the Texas Sportsman. Gotta have it.
The City of FAR is a regional leader for transportation infrastructure projects. We have statewide, region-wide, and local impact. The Texas Department of Transportation approved $150 million for the I-69-I-2 interchange improvement. $52 million has been designated for improvements to roads such as Highline and Owasso roads in FAR. And FAR has launched a major residential repaving project to fix city streets. To learn more about how our City of FAR leaders are working for the entire RGV, visit far-tx.gov.
For authentic Mexican-style seafood, La Pesca Seafood Restaurant in Edinburgh is the Valley's #1 choice. Come into a soothing atmosphere and try our specialties such as fish Veracruz and shrimp ranchero. Experience flavorful meals that can be found only at La Pesca Seafood Restaurant, like a shrimp molcajete or caldo pesca. At La Pesca Seafood Restaurant, we take pride in everything from scratch, using only the best ingredients in cooking in small batches, so your food is always fresh and flavorful.
The Josh Abbott Band in Concert, September 16th, a Texas country band at the Bogus Ford Event Center in FAR. The Josh Abbott Band. Don't miss it.
Hey, welcome back to the Texas Sportsman. Paul, this is one heck of an outfit that you have out here. So many different things that you offer, the whitetail, the breeding, the whitetail, the exotics. That was a nice buck that Gil took out earlier.
Yeah, that was a great buck. Yeah, nice 9-pointer, 4 or 5-year-old deer, good mature deer.
Yeah, and how is it that you guys know when you can pinpoint a buck, when you know that it's matured, it's already reached its, it's maxed out? What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, just body size, and I don't know, just you get used to looking at them, and you can pretty well judge the age. I don't know, we never really get into tooth aging. By that time, the animal's already dead, so you better figure out how to judge him when he's alive.
Okay.
But just looking for kind of a sway back and big head, long nose, or their nose actually their head gets a little more blocky.
All right.
But it just
those
takes
things
practice.
you look for. Now, how long have you had your ranch out here when you started your business out here?
Been here 16 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, 16 years. And back about, I guess it was in 2003, we started our whitetail breeding operation, and just been kind of growing with that. Where we typically have 300-400 deer in our breeding operation, and we help this ranch, stock it with good quality. We release does, we release some bucks, we sell to other ranches that want to get a program going.
Now, that's one thing, that's one key thing that I asked you off camera. Okay, folks, those of you that have your own ranch, whether it be 300 acres, 500, 800, it's how many doe, how do they get started? And then once they buy them from you, okay, if you have them, okay, should they put them in an isolated 20-acre pen or something like that?
Not necessarily. It depends on the size of the ranch. I turn does loose in over 2,000 acres here, but I know that I'm going to take care of them. They're going to have adequate water. They're going to have supplemental feed when things get tough. And for a ranch that's 300 to 500 acres or even a little bigger, as long as they've got adequate water sources, they take care of the deer year round. We've had very few problems with people just turning them loose. Now, one thing I would add, you got to be careful about predators. You need to have a good predator control program. You're never going to get rid of all of them. We haven't. In fact, last night we had somebody here went out and shot a coyote and a bobcat using a predator call. So it's a continuous project, but if you keep them under control, you shouldn't have much of an issue with it.
Now, tell us about your exotics that you have here at Los Encinos Ranch.
Yeah, we started our exotic program shortly after buying the ranch, Now we have axis deer, fallow deer, Aoudad sheep, Iranian red sheep, wildebeest, gemsbok. So we've had, we've added quite a few fallow. Recently we've added some fallow deer. We haven't had those before. But you got to be careful when you're adding exotics that you got the food source for them.
Okay.
Most of what we're doing is that we've got most of our exotics in a separate pasture, so they're not commingled with the whitetail. However, on the main part of the ranch, over 2,000 acres, we've got a lot of grass that wasn't getting eaten, and so we put in some of the big exotics, gemsbok and wildebeest, and blackbuck, which don't eat very much, but they're grazers, not browsers like a whitetail.
Got it. Okay, and then another thing that you have out here are turkeys. Okay, you offer the turkey hunts as well.
Oh yeah, in fact, this morning I got up sitting on a back porch. I was taking pictures of them. There was over 100 turkeys in the backyard.
Oh
yeah, this is just Brooks County, Texas. Has got probably the highest population of turkeys per acre of anywhere in the country that I'm aware of.
Yeah, right before the interview, we had like 50 right there under the feeder there. Another thing, folks, if you want to stay out here, of course, you have nice lodging out here available for the guests, and I love it. I don't want to leave. I tell my wife, once I get here, I don't want to leave. But I tell you what, it's always great to come out here and put a show together with you. So thank you very much, Mr. Paul. It's great.
Thank you.
It's great.
Enjoyed doing it.
All right. Well, guys, this was a great trip, Gus.
It sure was.
Tell me about it.
Well, my son got his first deer, a beautiful deer here at Los Encinos Ranch with Mr. Paul Johnson. I want to thank you again, Mr. Johnson.
You're
for
welcome.
everything.
Enjoyed the hunt.
It was great. Gilly, what do you have to say as a close out?
I was a little bit nervous, but I could do this over and over again now. Piece of cake.
All right. Well, you come to the right ranch, and I'm sure you're going to want to come here and rebook. I think he's probably already given you a check for next year.
Yeah.
Okay. But I tell you what, it was a great trip, all the excitement, and, Brett helping us out there, guiding, the first class accommodations. If you want to book a hunt, make sure it's Los Encinos Ranch with Mr. Paul Johnson and his staff. They'll take care of you. Until next week, we'll see you on the Texas Sportsman Tracking Outdoors. Gotta have it.